Welcome to Golf Talk Radio with PGA professionals Mike Brabenec and Billy Gibbs. Golf Talk Radio is brought to you by TaylorMade Golf, the Paso Robles Golf Club, Slick Sticks, your key to better golf, McPhee's Grill of Templeton, dedicated to great food and great service, McGowie Health Group, expect something different, and Nikki Anderson, Realtor. And now, the hosts of Golf Talk Radio, Mike and Billy.
Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on the Golf Talk Radio Network. Brought to you by Paso Robles Golf Club. Check out the newly renovated Paso Robles Golf Club, multi-million-dollar renovation on the facilities and the golf course. Tee times are available at PasoRoblesGolfClub.com. We also have a live music series starting this Wednesday at 5:30. You can visit the website to find out who is playing at PasoRoblesGolfClub.com or call 805-238-4722. Very shortly here, we should have Dave calling from Clubbing with Dave. So I'm going to pass it on to you, Billy, and shoot Dave a quick text here. Does that sound good? Oh, I'm sorry. Was I interrupting your...
It sounds so good, Mike. Thank you for the handoff.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate it.
I'm sorry I really didn't look.
No, I'm good. I was being that guy. So speaking of which, how do you handle you're playing with the guy that's always on his phone talking loud? Joe Business guy, you're playing around a golf, you get paired with him, but he's on the phone, he's in his cart chiming away, his Bluetooth is going off. And how do you handle that guy? What do you do with that guy, Nikki? Oh, you don't do that.
That guy doesn't bother me so much, actually.
He's in his own world?
Yeah, the people that talk to you and expect you to converse back with them about something that's just like chitter chatter constantly, that's what bothers me.
Well, you're a realtor, so you play golf with. Do you play golf with other realtors? You guys have BizHub going. If you had like a foursome of realtors out on the course,
printing out sheets, you got
No,
those
not
documents.
a foursome, but yeah,
escrows and
Got to get your thumbprint.
we're actually pretty good about not,
You bring your notary.
No, we don't have the BizHub like Mike did.
You bring your
notary with you when you play, just in case.
Just appears
I
out
played
of it.
with you before, and you were on the phone talking sales, and people visit. I've been couple times. I remember you jumping on the phone.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
So that's why you said, now subconsciously, and this is a mental game. We're talking about mental today. You knew that you were that person, so that's why you said, that doesn't
person
really
doesn't
bother me very much.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Am I really that person?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I got to think about it. But let's go. We got Dave on the phone
A few times.
I just have to think
But
about.
Mike used to be. He is no longer.
Yeah, I used to be.
And he is no longer at all that way.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Well, thank you. I've worked very hard to improve myself.
You really
I have.
did, and I want to congratulate you on the effort.
No, I'm not. Snap my
Is that
band.
what those red marks are on your wrist?
Kidding. Dave, are you there?
You didn't start cutting your
Yes,
phone.
I am.
Yeah, right.
How you doing, big guy?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Good. We're talking mental.
Yeah, we're a big mental case today, Dave. It's all about head games.
You're talking to the right guy there.
Yeah. Well, but we need to go right to the source, man. So obviously, there's a lot of mental stuff going on here today. But how do you handle things, Dave? How would you not, as a pro, first give advice? How do you tell people to work on their mental game, and what do you tell them to work on? I know
That's a tough one.
And it's a big question, I know. So you can summarize it as best you can.
It really is, because I read your email blast, and how I forget how it was worded, but how can golf help your mental or something like that? And I don't really think golf can help your mental aspect. I think it reveals it. More than anything else.
It definitely reveals character, doesn't it? I mean, always has.
Yes, it does.
Always has.
And
Or is that the truth?
I don't care who you are and how good your mental state is, unless your first name is Jack. You have good days and you have bad days. And sometimes you go out there and nothing bothers you. And with absolutely no change, you go out there another day and a pin drops and you flip out.
You can't stay focused.
Big
Yeah.
old,
We're all
It's that
thinking.
focus.
depends on the size of the pin. So, I mean, no, it is true. And I was reading, I have some quotes, Dave, from some of the legends. And Ken Venturi wrote, all of us have an inner clock, a certain pace at which we function most comfortably and effectively. So he did it by pacing himself and keeping things consistent. So outside things, didn't get to him. He's kind of stayed in his own little world, if you will. And a lot of players do that. You can see Tiger did that when he was at his best. He was in his own world out there. I mean, you didn't know So you're right. It does reveal character, but I think the greatest can work on it. I think the average person, it is what it is. What do you think, Dave?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
You can work on it, of course, and just be aware of it. I used to have a horrible temper on the golf course. That's why I got into working on clubs, because I couldn't afford to keep having them fixed.
That is awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow. That's cool.
And I started making a concerted effort that, I'm not going to blow my stack today. And sometimes it worked.
You're going to love this, Dave. What you just said, paraphrasing you, Arnold Palmer, this is his quote. The whole secret to mastering the game of golf, and this applies to the beginner as well as the pro, is to cultivate a mental approach to the game that will enable you to shrug off the bad days, keep patient, and know in your heart that sooner or later you will be back on top. So you have to know that you're going to have bad in order to get to reach the good again. And some players have a hard time with that. They have bad and it never comes back. So you and Arnold Palmer are thinking a lot alike, buddy.
What do you guys?
I don't know about that. But,
well, you said the same
nice
thing.
Compliment.
Well, you said about basically the same thing. I mean, I truly believe, and then Michael, let you chime in, I think that people have too high expectations for their actual ability at that moment.
Oh, that's totally. That's everybody.
So everybody. So if then that's when they get mad because they think I'm going to pull this off, and you don't, and you get But
Exactly.
the truth is they shouldn't be trying to pull it off until they can.
They don't stay within
for
themselves.
the most part. Yeah, they don't stay inside themselves.
They don't stay
What's
within
the
their
classic
abilities.
old line when a guy throws a club? They look at him and say, "You're not good enough to get mad."
That's right.
That's awesome.
And they told Tommy, throw it forward so you don't to slow play.
You're not
going to throw your club, throw it towards the target so you don't hold up play.
That's
Tommy
so
Bolt, you
funny.
bet.
It's funny. I don't get mad so much at the outcome of what happens. I get mad at messing up the process. That's when I get mad at myself. Like, I should be able to go through the process. And if I can't do that, that's when I get mad at myself. Not because the ball does something.
So what's the process for you, though? What do you define the process as?
Okay, step up. No more thinking after you're actually on the ball. You're only going to visualize or whatever. And then in the middle of your backswing, you start thinking about, this isn't the right club. That's the kind of stuff I get mad at myself.
Do you realize if you think to yourself, no more thinking, that you're actually thinking?
No, that's when I'm
You
stepping
just thought
in.
about that.
You
Yeah.
just thought about that.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people
Yeah.
have a hard time. You can't be instinctive. Like last week, Dave talked about being instinctive. That's his tip. You got to be more instinctive than you are, mechanical. And you can't be thinking in 1 second golf swing. You can't.
You cannot think.
You can't do it and do it well. So, and again, Dave, you're just right up there with these brilliant people. David Ledbetter, your final goal is to convert your athletic swing into pure instinct rather than conscious thought.
Right.
Dave Ledbetter.
What about if you break it down this way? Think of the 18-hole round. So if you're going to play 18 holes, you've got 3 6-hole segments.
Wow.
Right? So the first 6 holes are the preparation you've had for whatever you do to go play, whether it's a round of golf for fun, whether it's a tournament, whatever it is to you. The first 6 holes, you're entering the gate, you're off, and you're playing. So then as you get in the middle 6 holes, you got to work on your mental strength, right? And then the last 6 holes is the endurance part. Think about how many rounds of golf you've played, all of us. Even if you're going along great and you start getting to the end and you start
Letting down.
Exactly. You start
sip and nibble, baby.
There are always these different phases. And it's so funny because I read this getting prep for the show, and I was thinking, Bill, if you and I and Butch had kept going, and I was wondering, what would have happened to me if we had kept going another 9 holes that day? Because that 9 we played was really fun. It was great, and I'm not being a pessimist, but I just thought, man, I haven't played like 18 holes like we were playing. There's nobody around us. We're marching along. It's great. There's no slow play. And I thought to myself, God, if we kept that pace going, I felt really good when we were done with 9 holes. I felt like I could have kept playing.
And you had lunch. I didn't. So the same thing to me. When I was done, I was more tired because I didn't eat lunch that day. I was running around doing stuff while you guys had lunch. So you had fuel. Yeah. If I didn't stop and get some kind of fuel,
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel
Crash.
it coming up. I'm gonna crash, and I do that all the time. And
Yeah.
because I'm not disciplined in that last part you just said.
Yeah.
Keeping
Mike-
hydrated and food. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Mike, don't feel bad about being a pessimist because you do know the definition of pessimist. It's an optimist with experience.
I definitely have that.
That's exactly what Tony Jacklin said. This guy's amazing.
That's awesome.
But
That's really cool.
and you're absolutely. And you know what? I've played the game so dang long, and I've never really seen a pattern in mine where sometimes I play those first few holes as good as gold, and then I dog it the rest of the round. And it could be because I'm tired, or it could be I let down, or whatever. And then sometimes it's the absolute opposite. How many times have you heard the guy that can't? He comes in off 18 and said, boy, I just blistered it off 18 and played terrible all day, but I found it.
Yes.
And I'm coming back tomorrow.
And I don't know this, but maybe that's when he had some water or had something that plenished his energy levels back up.
Yeah.
Because it's so true that if you don't keep your body, and I'm the worst at this, but if you don't keep that fuel, because your mind's telling you to do something, but your body doesn't let you. That's what?
I just realized I've got more fans on me. I'm like, I'm freezing. I'm thinking, why am I so cold?
You have a lot of fans.
It's like a fan. I'm sorry.
It is cold in that place.
But
so you're doing when you play golf, you can practice disciplines.
Yes.
So that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
You got 6
Yeah.
holes, you have one discipline, the other 6, and so then you get overall. Not only is it
when I played it, when I was at Avila, we play Avila all the time. We had a lot of skins games there. You and I played, and all the guys would play all the time. The running joke was, one was if you birdied the first hole, you were done.
Yeah, you hate doing it.
And
you're done.
You're done.
You were, and that's a mindset more than anything else. But the other mindset that most of us had, and I think it was more the design of that course of Avila, was if you made it through the first 3 holes at even par or even one over, you were ahead of the game.
At Avila for sure.
Yeah,
That's
and that
the
was
old
like
number
such
2.
a mental thing, and it's so interesting. The reason I bring it up, it was everybody in the skins. Everybody thought that there. It wasn't like there's just one person. You knew, like if you were playing skins,
If you made 2 on 2,
yeah,
you
were
could
just
cruise.
Yeah, you knew that if you got through that Amen's corner, which is the beginning of the golf course,
Yeah.
you were like
And I
golden.
think all listeners have those same kind of stretch of holes at their courses as well. I mean, you're absolutely right, and it's the way to look at it. You want to conquer those little challenges, and that was one of your challenges: get through those first 3 holes, right, Mike?
Yeah,
and finding the
Totally.
remote.
But you don't want to come in too low.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Vision
no.
54, Vision 54. If you don't birdie
I just
first hole, you
remember
can't
the
birdie
time
them
I
all.
was playing with Rudy
Right?
Pham,
With Pia?
and he birdied
gotta
the
bring-
first 3.
Yeah.
And we were walking up to number 4 tee, and he looked at me and said,
I'm done.
"Don't say a word."
So it goes to show
I said,
how
"Oh, I didn't have to. You're toast."
Exactly.
And he shot something like 37, 38 for the rest of the round. Yeah.
So funny how that works.
you could talk. Now you say on the mental game, true. You can't make a move without your mind, right? You can't. You don't move without your mind. But the mental game has so much. Hey, Irwin, you can talk strategy all you want, like you were just talking. But what really matters is resiliency. So you can have your strategies. Your strategy was get through those 3 holes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did that, and the rest of you were on cruise control. So that was your little mini challenge. And
Right.
and the resiliency, you had to be resilient through those 3 holes. So it's saying the same thing. We have to have our own mini goals to make the long goal. And I like your thing about the 6, 6, and 6 practice.
Yeah.
Because it helps your overall game.
It's funny too, though. Sometimes I can remember. I don't know about you guys. I can remember starting out at different golf courses. Sometimes even with a triple on the first hole, and I played stellar. After I tripled the first hole, it was like everything was great.
Well, when you did your
Because you
PAT,
let go of your expectations
PAT was like that. You
Yeah.
had a crash few holes in the front, and you shot 5 under or something on the back.
Right.
So that was fun to watch because you turned that around, and a lot of people can't do that.
Well, you know what was funny about
You
that?
did
You
that.
mentioned that. I was talking with Cooper Coles, who's a PGA apprentice up at Paso, and I'm working with him.
Cool name, Cooper Cole.
It is cool.
That's a nice name.
But I can remember at that, when I passed at Sunset Hills, I distinctly remember, I think it was like the 15th, 14th hole, and it was a par 4. It's still in my brain. I remember a 10-foot downhill putt for birdie, and I said, if I make this, I'm good. It's good. And that was the 29th or 30th hole out of 36, and it went in, and it was like everything was golden. Everything was fine. But it's funny how the brain, like my brain,
Oh, yeah.
works like that. And that was
I know.
1998.
You should thank your caddy for that. 'Cause
I have. That was 20 years ago.
one of my
Who might that be,
Bill?
Bill?
Positive caddying experience. And speaking of sip and nibble, the bark cart is not always the answer. Now, I played rounds where you needed to get some hydration. Depends on what you're hydrating with.
Good point.
Right?
Yes.
So not always just getting liquid into you is a good hydration. So drink plenty of water. I notice, Nick, you drink water a lot when you play.
I do.
I know you, and that's cool. It keeps, I don't for some reason. I'm going to start because because I haven't played 18 holes in years.
I do, but I have to moderate. Squirrel bladder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like,
I'll
be right back. I'll be right back.
Just tow a porta pot with us, man. You can put
And
it on a.
the hard part is if I drink a lot of water and I play a course with a lot of trees, it's like I'll never even hit a shot.
Yeah, that's true. So that's mind over matter. You see a
I'm like-
tree, your bladder gets
I'm like
on
a
fire.
dog. I
You
can't
are.
help it.
It's kind of incredible. So you're not playing like we played the links where there's one.
Oh, it's a great place
where
for me
there's
to play.
one tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did really well that
No
day.
urge.
No urges. But if you're out on the floor, you were playing Poppy Hills. Oh my God, you'd be popping all over the place.
That's the name, Poppy Hills.
I never thought of that. So how do you handle somebody that goes to the bathroom every hole? I mean,
I've lived it.
I've lived it too. So you
You start talking to yourself.
So funny.
you start.
It's all part of my strategy.
It is
guys.
good. It's gamesmanship.
It's gamesmanship.
Because you're not in there. You're just checking your phone, which you said you
No.
never did anymore. See, aha. Too funny.
David, what do you got from Slick Sticks? We got to take a break here. What do you want to throw out there?
Oh, geez. I'm still really excited about those Swing Science clubs that are designed for people with slower swings. There just aren't enough options out there nowadays, I don't think anyway, and this is one that really does work. It gets ball up in the air real easy to get.
Can you define slower swing for me, Dave, please, so I have a picture of what kind of speed you're talking about?
Me?
Okay, and me then. Actually, I went fast the other day. I went faster the other day.
A lot of women, seniors, juniors, people that don't hit the 7-iron more than 100 yards,
Okay, cool.
10 yards, something like that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's so. And so there's a shaft that really can benefit those people. There's a lot of people out there, right, that aren't going to get faster. That's where they are. So
And Mike, we had an interview with the guy that designed them, Jeff Sheets. Remember him?
Yeah, he was awesome. We got to get him back on.
are you allowed to say that on the radio?
Yes. I
What's
think
his
so.
name?
Jeff Sheets.
Oh, okay.
Sheets, EETS. Be careful.
Hey, Dave, I got to throw out there real quick. Were you down
Crushed
at an event on Thursday?
Yeah, I did, and I was walking through the parking lot, and the kids saying, "Yeah, I work in Paso." I said, "Where in Paso?" And when he said Paso Golf Club, I said, "Well, say hi to Mike," and he kind of just.
There's 9 mics there, though. You have
Yeah. Which mic?
to- Which mic? I mean, there's like it's my.
But Dave, you got to tell. I heard you won a contest down at the Callaway thing.
Ooh, Dave, talk to me.
Which one? Oh, was it the putting one?
Yeah. What did you nailed some long putt?
Dave, Shamandel, and
You gotta give yourself some
Come
credit
on,
here,
let's
man.
hear this.
No, no, and the story even gets better. Yeah, they had a little putting contest while they were demoing the all the putters from Odyssey and Toulon, and John, the director of golf at Monarch, and I were goofing around. We went around their 3-hole tournament, and I actually came in second, but I said, let's go around just for giggles. And the second hole was about a 45-footer, downhill by miles, and nobody was getting it within about 15 feet because everything was rolling by. And I looked at it kind of weird, and I went, let's tee off on the far left side and almost hit the putt sideways, so the only thing that's going to get it going down the hill is gravity. And it rolled and rolled and rolled and died in the hole.
Oh,
And it
that's-
was absolutely gorgeous.
that's
awesome.
fantastic.
And everybody kind
Yeah.
of turned around and made a big deal about it, but John got up behind me and topped it.
No, you're
It
kidding
was
me.
great.
Wow.
Wow.
Righty lefty.
So
That's awesome.
we had about 40 minutes left of the demo time, and we went to the bar.
Because you have to hydrate.
Because you have to hydrate.
You got to hydrate. Dave, thank you. Look forward to next week's show. I know we're going to get the the dream team back in the studio, man. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's right. I'm looking forward to it. That would be a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Dave. He's Dave Schmandel. Your key to better golf with slicksticks.com. Give him a call at 805-598-9993. That's 805-598-9993. Your key to better golf. Clubs, grips, repairs, regripping, adjusting loft and lies, and flight scope. And Chris, who called the show a couple weeks ago when we had the four of us in here, Dave, he needs to call you. He asked a question about the putter grip on irons.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember that.
Like to save it, the stroke
I
saver?
do.
Let's just say they're on every club, and he needs to have those things regripped.
That's awesome. Joe Rules guy comes out.
Yeah.
So hey,
he was embarrassed, and I said I would talk to you for him. So I'll have him contact you.
Hey, Dave, also,
I'll be happy to.
Coach Lori, one of my first tee coaches, coming to you for a fitting. She's left-handed and she's ready for a set. Thank you for working with her. She's one of my favorite people, all people, and thank you for what you do.
Actually, we had it set up for last week, the day it rained. And
It rained?
I was all ripping, raring to go and charged up the flight scope and packed everything up. She gave me a call about 15 minutes before, and she said, "Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you I'm left-handed."
So does flight scope, do you have to tweak it and turn it to
Well,
I mean, I don't know how that
the
works.
clubs you hit don't work real well if they're not
Aren't left-handed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, too.
I had to rearrange a couple of things, and we're going to reschedule, but thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, and we'll see you. We'll look forward to next week's show.
Thanks, Dave.
Perfect.
Thanks,
you
Dave.
almost slipped there, didn't you, Bill?
Nah, I'm on top of this stuff, baby.
Have a great week, everybody.
You too, David. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on the Golf Talk Radio Network. We'll be right back. Don't forget to check out healthiq.com. Use code word Golf Talk, our podcast sponsor, at golftalkradio.com. Stay with us.